Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Gamescapes today, and only today I am here with my boy, Mr. Ultimate Shadow X. Hello.
Hello, good to see you all again.
Good to see you. It's been a while since we did the last discussion video together.
Yeah, it's sort of
I think we've just been busy.
A combination of like there was a lot of announcements happening.
Yeah,
and we're like,
yeah.
we might as well wait until like we get the info.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Because we've been wanting to do this for a while, and we've gotten a few things from it. So yeah, today me and Ultima are here. Actually, we're gonna be talking about the video game anniversaries of this year, whether it's like some individual games, whether it's like big just franchise anniversaries. Talk about what we think is gonna happen, what we know is gonna happen, and sort of like discuss those things and all that stuff. So we figured it'd be a good, fun discussion. So Ultima has a bunch of listed things for us. So let's go ahead. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. So I mean, and some of them have already been announced and the like. But I think one that I think we should definitely start off with is Mario Kart. I mean, you've already said a lot about it. So it will be brief. I mean, I believe it's the 30th anniversary of Mario Kart.
Yeah, because it was 1992.
And honestly, I feel like even though we're not getting characters, I feel like the booster pack that we're getting is sort of Nintendo's celebration of this.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they specifically bringing back all those old courses. I mean, it's like, how many is it? Like 48?
It's like 48. It's insane, man. It's crazy. And I'm still so happy about that. I think we're about a month away from the first wave drop of the DLC. I'm just really happy that we're getting that. To me, that is like a great celebration. I mean, hey, like you said, you're bringing back the old tracks.
I think this is a good way. I mean, again, they're basically making Mario Kart 8 Deluxe like Mario Kart Ultimate, like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, oh, here's like basically like almost all the courses from the old games, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? With 48, I mean they got it at that point. And yeah, I know like a lot of people thought they might have done like a Mario Kart 9 equivalent, but I think for me, I agree with you that this is a really good solution because like 8 plays really well, and I know they could have done something new, but for the price standpoint, like this is like really like cost efficient. Like 50 cents a course. You know what I mean?
And again, like I think people underestimate the fact that I really do think option B was that we don't get this at all and we just have 8 for the rest of the generation. We wait till 9 comes out eventually. I really do think them just going this route of
I think Nintendo is very much aware that Mario Kart is a system seller. Like a lot of people bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and a Switch specifically. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure even Mario Kart 8 was like easily the best selling thing on the Wii. So I think now they're at a point where they're like, we're gonna get a new Mario Kart. It's gonna be for the next console to move units.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. So this DLC is just to make, hey, we have all these assets we've had from Tour or older games or whatever. We might as well just finally provide people new content. My only wish is that I wish it was sooner. Like I just wish this had like.
Yes, I agree. I definitely wish that this was something that we had gotten over the span of the 5 years as opposed to just all of it now
in the 5th year. Which is insane. Like only Nintendo 5 years after a game launches would add DLC to it, but that's how it is.
Right, you'd think that you'd be getting like here's a course a year over 5 years, not like
Yeah, it's insane, man. But yeah, so I'm glad we're getting this. And yeah, that seems like it's gonna be the celebration. I'm sure Mario Kart Tour on mobile will also get celebration stuff, and they'll probably get cool skins and stuff. But yeah, that's really it for Mario Kart. What's the next one we got there?
So I mean, we'll keep with Nintendo going. I mean, we have our boy Kirby. Right?
Yes.
So obviously we have is it Forgotten Land?
Forgotten Land.
I always mix the two.
It's Land.
Forgotten Land.
World will be the sequel.
Yeah. So we have that coming out at the end of the month. I'm basically a month away.
March 25th.
Basically a month away from that game. Yeah, and of course we got the mouth mode and all the cool details. I mean, honestly, it really feels like this is going to be like a Kirby Odyssey.
Yeah,
especially
I agree.
Like mouthful mode just feels like the capture.
Yeah, it does.
Like a similar way. You know?
I mean, Kirby in general has always technically had the Cappy ability, right? Everything you see, he absorbs. But no, like this game, what's awesome to me is like I remember we all saw the first trailer and we're like, okay, this is gonna be a very simple. They're trying out 3D. It's gonna be really fun. But like every trailer they put out now, it like seems like, oh shit, like they weren't kidding, because a lot of interviews before this game was announced was them saying we want this next Kirby game to be our most ambitious project, our best one, people's favorite. And it really feel like I almost like this. To me, feels like it's gonna be a Kirby game that's gonna be up there, like either number 1 or top with like stuff like Superstar.
Yeah,
and
I was shocked. I'm with you.
insane.
I was shocked because like I think a lot of people, again, people have been waiting for Kirby to jump to a fully 3D platformer for a very, very, very long time, and people were shocked that Star Allies wasn't a 3D platformer. And now we're sort of at this point where it's like people expected like, okay, it's their first time, it's not going to be crazy. Exactly. They're going to like play it simple. And then we saw that in the new trailers come out. I mean, obviously there's mouthful mode, but also like the ability, like the upgrades for the abilities. You can upgrade the village and get blah blah blah. And there's all these cool elements. And you're like, whoa. Like,
it's insane.
It's crazy that
shocking.
They're going like you said, they're doing something this ambitious for the first time in a 3D space,
And I love the idea of the like ability upgrades. Like I feel like that's something that like we're all familiar with these power-ups. So a way to make you feel like you can like power them up and make them feel cooler and look cooler is awesome.
Yeah,
there's even like the dragon one.
Yeah, like originally in Squeak Squad, you could find hidden chests that had scrolls that gave you new attacks for your copy abilities. Like,
I remember that.
The ninja scroll had like a bunch of different ninja techniques you could charge in. But now it's like this is just integrated into the game that you can upgrade at any time. You know what I mean? Which I think is really, really cool as well.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And everything to me about the game is just it's hitting right. They're doing a good job, an amazing job marketing it. Everybody, for like the amount of art I've seen from it, or people just praising and excited for it. Like this is going to be a big deal. And I almost feel like like they are treating this like I almost think like the reason you're not hearing any Mario talk right now from Nintendo is because they really want eyes on Kirby. I think they know people are really excited for this and they want it to do super well. So really excited for that. And also we know Hal has said they're celebrating because right now it's the 30th anniversary, right?
It's the 30th anniversary, correct.
Yeah, they did say they have more planned. So I'm guessing, knowing Hal and how they go with marketing Kirby games, I assume there's gonna be like an eShop release, whether it's a spin-off based on Forgotten Land or like something older. I had given the idea that maybe they do city not City Escape, the fuck what's it called, City Trials, is that what
the city trial mode,
City Trial from
Air Ride, like a fun little with online play, because that's like the most popular mode from Air Ride.
Exactly, like something like that.
I think they always drop those eShop titles. I mean, they dropped Kirby Fighters out of nowhere.
Yeah, they did like Drum Dash on 3DS.
Yeah, I think maybe we get that. Maybe we get like what I would like to happen, and I mean this is a stretch, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like another collection.
Right.
The thing is that like the collection that they could do. I mean, it'd be cool if they did the 3DS games, right? They did like Triple Deluxe, Robobot, like together. That'd be super cool if we could have those available. But if not, like if they just did another collection, like the Dream Collection they did back in the day for the anniversary, like that'd be super cool just to have the games on Switch. I mean, you have them on NSO, but like stuff like Amazing Mirror, you know what I mean? Like games like that, it'd be cool to have them accessible again,
Yeah, like I don't want, because like the thing is, right, in a good way, they have to make a collection of games that aren't on SNES Online, NES Online. Like I would like if they found a way to port some of the DS games, or like I said, make a 2D legacy pack for the modern ones where like you have Return to Dreamland and the 3DS games. Like that would be
that's another really one. Return to Dreamland, you're right.
Yeah, like Return to Dreamland, Robobot, Triple Deluxe. I feel like that would be an awesome collection. That alone, like, hey,
because that's sort of like with the modern Kirby,
the
like,
modern
ushering
2D.
In. So I kind of that'd be a really cool collection if they could put out something like that. Like again, the hard part is when you port DS games to the Switch, you got to think about how to is the second screen like integral? How do we make it work, etc.
Yeah. That's why I think it would be easier if they did the 3DS ones, because those ones didn't use the touchscreen. It was just like
not that
the
much.
bottom screen was the UI.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be really awesome. But I'm sure again with Kirby they'll have their merch, they'll have their eShop spin-off. We have Forgotten Land, and that's really gonna be the most part for that. What else we got on the bracket?
So now we can actually go into a back-to-back of Capcom.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So obviously the elephant in the room is Street Fighter.
Of course.
I mean, we're head off the heels of the announcement of not only 6, but we got another anniversary collection of just Capcom fighting games in general, which was really, really great to see. to see like even if it's Street Fighter's Anniversary, they are pushing other titles,
fighting games. Yeah. No, I'm super happy, man. Like this is because this is the 35th anniversary, I believe, right?
Yeah,
35th, which is crazy. And I mean, like, yeah, what better way to celebrate than obviously the collection and Street Fighter 6. Now we'll talk. Let's go in order. Let's the collection first, because the collection is, it's that's awesome, man. You got the Darkstalkers games in there. You were saying that there was 2 unreleased ones.
And those games have like. Red Earth has never been ported. Like, and stuff like Gem Fighter and Cyberbots is like ported like once.
Right.
So it's really cool. And they're bringing back with rollback.
It's awesome.
Netcode as well, which is also really sick. And yeah, it's nice. Now, I saw a lot of people talking about like, oh, make sure we buy this because it will show Capcom people are interested. And I wouldn't like. For me, at least, I wouldn't go that far. Like, I know that for Mega Man, like, we got Mega Man 11 because the collection sold well.
Yeah.
But I feel like with fighting games, with Capcom, because, like, Street Fighter to them is, like, a big, like, esport that they want to push.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not likely that we're going to get, like, another fighting game because it's, like, they want to push Street Fighter as, like, their big sport. You know what I mean?
Not just that, I think with Capcom, they just like to them the collections are like they've been growing, especially like they're like they have a bunch of collections modern day. Like I said, you have the Mega Man ones. You have the they did the beat 'em up collection.
Yeah, the beat 'em up one. They have also the
30th anniversary.
The arcade thing on Switch where it's like.
Yeah, they have the 30th anniversary Street Fighter collection. So in a good way, like, this is what I want from every company. Make sure your library is accessible. And it feels like they're doing that more and more with this collection. Like I said, and having those and having stuff like rollback, I think is a big deal because, like you were saying, right, like a lot of people can use Fightcade and stuff, right? And I think Capcom is aware of that, right? So they're like, okay, well, how about we just do that ourselves? That way, people aren't going to an external use for it. We get to at least make money off of it, and we get to support the community in a way that feels more official, than having to go to tournaments with a PC and stuff. So having those there is really good,
and it sends a signal to like the fans that like we care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you also have the element of like the presentation in these collections is really nice. I mean, you have the nice borders. You have really easy. You could just go to a lobby, make it. You don't have to like, I have to install this and install this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, they include like a bunch of art and things. So it's like, again, if you make it easy because it's all in one place and you make it with a really nice presentation, people are going to buy it. Like, it's the same thing with like the Mega Man collections where, anyone could, NES emulators are like the easiest thing to set up. 100%. You could play all the Mega Man games like that. But fans are like, no, these collections are the best way to play the games. You know what I mean?
Because
so
the collections,
you just gotta make it available. That's all it is.
Collections, with rewind features and save states and all this stuff that just present itself really well as good stuff.
And also console. I mean, a lot of people play on console.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
They prefer to play on console. So that's a big thing for that too.
And of course, I mean, Street Fighter 6, we finally got it announced. That is pretty much the big 35th anniversary announcement. We all sort of saw this coming. They even said at their last gameplay reveal for Luke that, we will see more of the future of Street Fighter in the next year. And we had to feel like, because it's always February where they have their big Capcom tournament ender. But so the countdown that Capcom ended up being for Street Fighter 6, there's a lot of conversation going on. And I think, to me, when I saw that, I was just happy we're done with Street Fighter 5, but I was met with optimism where I really love the song that plays. A lot of people really like the song, but I just love the sort of, it feels like it's like
the
this
energy was good. Like the energy was good. Really good. I thought
it felt like it was a mix of hyper realism but with like stylized color, because they do the thing where
they had like the ink, they had like the paint ink sort of style that they sort of been pushing for the series for like since 4 really. Like it was like the graffiti paint style. This time it felt like more graffiti spray paint. You know what I mean?
It felt spray painty, and like having Ryu with his own color palette, and then you have continuing to push Luke, and Luke almost has like a redesign, which is crazy.
His redesign, quote unquote. I mean, he looks fantastic. I mean,
he looks awesome.
Honestly, like it cannot be stated how ugly, how ugly a lot of characters look in Street Fighter 5 in general. But Luke looked ugly, and a lot of people were like, "Ew." like who is this guy? But now I'm for him. Like he looks great. He looks a lot better now for sure.
I wonder if like they're almost pushing Luke to be the new Ken. You know what I mean? Where like
like what usually happens with Street Fighter eras is like they're always gonna have Ryu, but then they have like a character who's supposed to be like the main. The other
main new guy.
So for Street Fighter 3, it remember was Alex. We had Alex. He's technically the the main character of Street Fighter 3 era. 4 didn't really have anyone like that. I mean, it just sort of went back to Ryu, but this time it's like they're bringing back in Luke as sort of like an Alex adjacent character.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I think personally, and this is just judging by the logo being a hexagon, the graffiti, and Luke. It seems to me they're pushing like an MMA.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, the rap music too. The rap music they're playing there is like also very, very like feels like very core to MMA. And for me, like I know a lot of people are sort of like they don't like the realism. They kind of like want a different art direction. But like, to me, when I'm thinking about this MMA stuff, it's more of like I wonder what the gameplay is gonna be like because. You know, MMA has like, you know, it's got the cage, it's got the walls, like,
exactly.
And Luke's moveset had a lot of wall bouncing, so it's going to be interesting to see how it works with the game, you know?
Well, not just that, like I said, like, I think also even like the announcer, right, where he's like, Street Fighter 6, like, he's a different kind of announcer, like, to me, the energy felt really good, and again, we have no info, we're gonna find out more in the summer, we actually don't even know if that was in engine or not, you know, like, there's so many things you don't know.
I think it's pretty clear it's RE engine. Capcom's been using it, uses it for everything, I mean, why not? It looks good. So yeah, we don't know if that's an engine now. Again, like I'm really hoping it was because like even though like people are mixed on like it being sort of realistic and not having like a distinct like quote unquote like stylized art style. I think like to me right now, as long as it looks better than 5, I do not care what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like RE engine. I think they're gonna use that because that's their primary engine and just things look amazing on that. So if they can get the look there, and yeah, I'm just excited for it. I'm glad also. It's very tough for a lot of companies to do a different design for their main character. So I'm glad they did say fuck it with Ryu, go bearded. You know, he doesn't have you know.
They pushed a Ryu redesign, which is great. I mean, a lot of characters in 5 got a redesign who were like classic characters. But some of them didn't get a change, and then like again, you have like. Some of the redesigns were like questionable, but now I think they're really like embracing where to go with the older legacy characters, you know.
Exactly.
And also worth noting is right now we're in an area where it's like this is Capcom Golden Era. We have a lot of new people, a lot of new talent that are in right now. A lot of the problem with Street Fighter 5 was Ono. I mean, and Ono, it's not like he's a bad guy, but like he was a stalwart. I mean, he was like a old school.
Exactly.
You know, he was very much behind. Yeah. And now we have like new people in that are gonna do new things. And they also confirmed that Hashimoto, who did the combat for Bayonetta, is
it's
working
crazy
on the game. So it's totally gonna be a unique direction.
I'm really excited, bro. I really think I think there's a lot to look forward to. So really happy about Street Fighter 6, and again, we'll talk more about it when we have more info. So what's next on the list? We got Mega Man, right?
So now, I mean, we brought it up. It's actually Mega Man's 35th anniversary too.
Man, I want anything. I want anything, man.
I mean, and people have been saying like, oh, it's rumored Capcom's working on something. We don't know what it is. I mean, at this point, the only thing really related to Mega Man that they haven't put out is, again, a Battle Network and a Star Force collection. Those are the two. I mean, they put out collections for every other game at this point. So it's like... Yeah.
No, also, isn't the big rumor now that it's like a fighting game? I thought that was the big rumor I had seen where it's an arena.
Mean, there's been like Mega Man the Power Fighters, like which is like some arcade game ages ago. there's also the only thing I can think of that was like actually announced wasn't there that Netflix live action thing?
Oh yeah, that's the worst part.
Maybe we'll find out more about that for the anniversary. I mean, I hope not. That's not like the only thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was basically what was it called? It was because it was basically part of that big database leak. When people were looking for
in the video thing, you mean?
Yeah, no. When Capcom had like a terabyte of data leaked, remember? And like
yes, you're correct. Yeah. Yes, there was a massive Capcom leak.
It was here. It is. Yeah. So Mega Man Titles appear as the second wave. Capcom provides a statement about that to deal with the problem, but this new information. The project is referred to as Rockman Match. Rockman being Mega Man's Japanese title seems to be slated for release in the third quarter of 2022. So this was again, this leak happened in 2020. So. Again, that doesn't say much. Like Rockman Match could be anything. They did say apparently that the next entry in the series is going to be something really different. So here's the thing: if they make a Mega Man fighting game, I'll lose my mind. That's like the best world I'll live in. You know, I'll be way more than happy with that. But in general, I feel like Capcom does love celebrating stuff. So I really do think Mega Man is gonna have something this year for sure.
Yeah, Capcom loves celebrating stuff. They also love preservation stuff. So like again, we could get another collection. I could totally see it happening.
Battle Network.
Still missing Battle Network and Star Force. What would be really cool, and like you said, that leak said they want to go in a different direction. If they launch just a new Mega Man series, like it's not classic, it's not X, but it's like the next the next stage,
like another series.
I mean, that'd be super exciting because you know, it's nice to see like again a lot of the new blood innovating over there at Capcom.
Well, maybe like a modern day Legends, you know, like an actual like 3D platforming action game in modern times would be great. And you know, to me, it's just I love Mega Man. I want something. Again, I bet we're going to get a collection, and I bet we'll get a mainline game. But with Mega Man, it's so hard to tell, like, is it going to be an X9? You know, is it going to be a 12? Is it going to be something completely new? Like, I'm down for whatever. I just hope that it, like... I hope we just get more Mega Man because, like, again, we used to live in a time where Mega Man, we got them left and right, you know, like just every year. It was pretty much an annualized franchise, even biannual. Like it's like there were 2 games coming out a year sometimes, and now to be in this time where like it's been 4 years since Mega Man 11 is really a long time since a new game, you know. So I really do hope that these collections that they've been doing that have been selling well have motivated them to make new stuff, you know. Like the Mega Man X collection should tell you people want X9. The Zero collection selling well should tell you people want Zero.
I'm sure for a fact, like Capcom even said that like those legacy collections for Mega Man, like the classic Mega Man, those selling so well definitely like helped them gauge interest. Like, okay, maybe we can do an 11 and it would do well. Yeah. I'd be shocked that if that wasn't the case for X9. I mean, X9 people have talked about for so long at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, no. So like, I just can't wait to see what they do with Mega Man. Like I said, the possibilities, there's a lot of them, and I hope we get it within, I assume we'll get it in a few months. I feel like summertime, Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley, whenever, feels like a good time for them to announce stuff.
Right.
Yeah. What's next you got in there into
So we got, back-to-back, we got Square Enix, all right? First off, we got Kingdom Hearts turning 20.
Yes, that's in April the plans begin for Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, so it's going to be like a big announcement. I mean, I think Nomura is like handling it, and it's gonna be like at the Tokyo. It's gonna be like in the Shibuya.
Yeah, and obviously, I think like he's being extra where it's like the 4th month, the 13th day, which is like the same number as it is, and the world ends with you, or like the building at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a lot of the extra shit Nomura likes to do, which I appreciate. But yeah, no, Nomura has said for a long time now that they are saving like announcements and plans for this anniversary. And yeah, no, I wonder what they're gonna do, right? Because in a good way, I'm actually glad we have all the games. You know, we don't have to worry about it being a collection.
Exactly. Like again. So basically, they said it's going to be April 10th. They said it's going to be a mini concert, a chat, and a Q&A with the dev team, an exhibition, and much more. So, but here's the thing about Kingdom Hearts: like we already have the all-in-one collection that's been out on consoles forever, and that's like it's like $30. It has like all the games, has all the side stuff, right? We unfortunately got the cloud versions on Switch.
They're on PC now.
At this point, they can't announce like a collection. I mean, everything's out. You know?
So I'm guessing with Kingdom Hearts, it's gonna be one of two things. It's gonna be another spin-off in the vein of Birth by Sleep, you know, where it's like a mainline title, but it's not 4. I think they'll announce that, and then maybe they'll tease 4, you know. But I feel like maybe the game for this year is, because we are due for like just a new Kingdom Hearts gameplay game. It's been so long. Like,
yeah,
Kingdom
we
Hearts
had Melody and Memories, but that was sort of like,
but that was a rhythm game.
And that was just sort of like,
it was a rhythm game.
It wasn't as important as other titles.
Yeah. I want like
again,
a game.
Nomura has said like this saga of Kingdom Hearts, the Xehanort saga, is over. So we could be getting a prelude into what the next saga for Kingdom Hearts is going to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know some people, because I haven't seen the ending, but I know some of my friends that played Melody and Memory told me that the ending sets up apparently like 3 different possibilities. Because basically the main characters are
Melody
splitting
and
paths.
Memories, it was basically about Kairi and like they go into Kairi's heart, and it sets up a lot of stuff with Kairi, which is really cool. And again, you have Yoroza, which was everything that was in Remind, and people, or Yozora, and people don't know what Yozora is gonna set up, because there's like 2 different endings of like Yozora if you win or lose. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do, because again, there's been some sprinkles of like where they might go, but we don't know yet, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I really, I think with Kingdom Hearts, it's impossible to tell Nomura's, like I said, a psychopath. But I wonder, but I do think, like I said, we're due for a regular Kingdom Hearts game, whether it's 4 or like a spin-off with different characters. We're due for something Kingdom Hearts. I feel like, and I think a big surprise will be that it comes out this year. I think like they have something ready, and they'll be like, we'll be out October, November this year. If it gets delayed, whatever. But I feel like Nomura has something cooking for this year, and I'm really I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We're gonna find out April. What else we got on the docket?
So the other big Square one is actually 35 years for Final Fantasy.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they announced that.
And obviously, like, that cannot be understated how big it is. But I think,
of course,
for me at least, I don't really think there's going to be anything that big, because they've been putting out those pixel remasters, I feel, as like a preemptive celebration of the anniversary. Well,
Square, I mean, I think first of all, the first thing they need to do is get those pixel remasters on console, because so far they're only on PC.
And phone.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Like that's gonna be a big announcement. Is like, we got these games on Switch, on blah blah blah. Like, because a lot of people are like, why isn't this on Switch? All these games were NES games or SNES games.
It's so weird. It's really
why are they not on Switch? So I definitely feel like that's a big announcement they can pull off. You know,
it's definitely weird. I almost say I wonder if like they're using the PC versions as a test or whatever. Like, because it is super weird.
I also
to have
think they want
collection.
fans to double dip. I think that's really what it is. I mean, Square is Square. I think they want fans to be like, well, I'm gonna buy it because I want to play these, and then they'll be, oh, it's on console, you can buy it there too, and then
I think
of course
also
teams are gonna buy it.
I think also like what someone had said, which is really true, is like we live in an era now where like they're not gonna be able to resell this. You know, now we have our digital libraries. You know, so they know that once they have that out there on console this time around, it feels like one of the last times they'll ever be able to resell it, basically. So I think they want to be sure, you know, it's done right, and they want to maximize profits, you know, from PC to console out there. But yeah, with FF, I mean, obviously the big one in the room is Final Fantasy 16, right? Is it gonna hit this year or not?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been so MIA, and I forgot about that.
Well, they had that letter, right? Like they had the letter like a month ago where they were like, hey, wait for us.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear to God, they were like, we're gonna have more info in 2021.
It was December, yes.
And they put out a letter saying like, hey, like, everything going on right now, it's not going to happen, but we promise we're going to tell you something about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. They definitely pulled the square with, you know, announcing it early and stuff. But again, that first trailer had gameplay, which is a good thing. And they had said they're very far along in it. And I think what's going to happen with FF16 is they're going to have an event. They're going to show it. They're going to aim for like holiday, but it's going to get delayed to next year. I think that's what's gonna happen. But I do think they're gonna aim for this year. They're gonna be like, hey, game's done, ready for November, whatever. But I think it's going to get delayed. That's sort of my prediction.
Yeah, and I think definitely, I don't think it's coming out this year. I just don't. I feel like we're gonna at least get a very early 2023 release date. But I feel like, I don't know, there's so much going into this game and just the delays of just news in general. I feel like there's definitely like, you know, again, COVID stuff going behind the scenes as it is. I feel like it's definitely been delayed more than we think, at least.
Right.
In the meantime, though, and actually this comes out in March like 15th. We have the Strangers in Paradise Jack Chaos game.
That's in March, right? That's in March.
Yeah, Strangers in Paradise comes out in March, which is actually, funnily enough, that game is basically it's like a reimagining, retelling of the first Final Fantasy game, because it involves Garland, who's like the villain of the first game, and Chaos is like the villain. So actually, that game is sort of an anniversary game, with it releasing interact with like when the first game would have released. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's a smart tie-in. But it feels like that's gonna be their plans. You know, trying to get FF16 out, the Final Fantasy Origins, the Pixel remasters, and I feel like that's gonna be their big ones. You know, I think that's it for the FF anniversary. I'm sure they'll have, you know, their concerts, their digital events, but it feels like that's what they're gonna do. Oh no, we had also the confirmation that later this year we will finally get our first information about FF7 Remake Part 2.
Correct.
Right?
Yes,
so I
they
assume
said
that'll be like in the fall.
Coming sooner than later, because it was FF7's anniversary itself not too long ago. Actually.
Yeah, because they have a logo for the FF7 anniversary, which is like, it's insane. But yeah, so I think that'll be like in the fall though. I think, like, you know, fall, they have an event showcasing FF7 Part 2. We'll finally get like a trailer for it, and then maybe it'll be ready for 2023, 2024. We'll see. But a lot going on, and very excited for FF. What's next? What else we got? What other anniversaries on the list?
I would say the other big one in the room, and this is because everything's wrapped up with the previous game, and they've sort of been quiet. We have 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's this year.
Mortal Kombat is turning 30 this year, and we know NetherRealm, the people who do it, they've just been dead silent since they just dropped the last thing for 11.
They're definitely announcing.
They're cooking something at least. I mean, we don't know what really. I mean, it could be an Injustice. It could be something else entirely. We don't know, but I would be shocked if they didn't have some teaser later this year for something at least, right?
Well, is there a Mortal Kombat like HD collection or no? Like, could they do that?
There has been, but I don't know if it's on
not like a modern one,
like console generation
yet.
So I could imagine.
I could see that.
I could see a collection, even like including like 4 and a lot of the 3D games. Like, here's the thing: the 3D games are the ones that people are like nostalgic for now,
right? Because they're fun.
Deception, and those I don't think have ever been re-released.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That'd be cool.
It'd be cool if we got some of the 3D games that have not been really tapped into as much.
Yeah, make some Mortal Kombat collections.
Yeah,
I agree. Like, again, for me, I'm sort of like out of Mortal Kombat. Like, I'm good. I don't need this anymore. But the older ones I have a fondness for. So if they have like the fun 3D adventure, like platforming action, like fighting ones, like I'd be totally down to play those ones. But yeah, I'm sure they'll either, like I said, we don't know if it's Injustice. So far it seems like from what the Nvidia leak has shown, it is Injustice 3. So I don't know if they're quite ready for Mortal Kombat 12 yet.
Yeah, they generally alternate. They generally go, here's an Injustice, here's a Mortal Kombat.
I wish they would change that. I'm so bored of it. I wish they would do something else. But I think a collection makes like the most sense. I think so. I think that would be the best regard. Again, I'm not a big Mortal Kombat. Isn't there like a new movie coming, or did that come out? Did they announce a second one?
You're right. Actually, yes. They announced that the sequel is going into the I think production at least. If you remember, a lot of people missed it, but there was a Mortal Kombat movie last year.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It was sort of mixed, like, for someone who's like a fan of like the older games, I really enjoyed it. They had a lot of cool references. You could at least tell that the people who made it like actually really cared about the source material at least.
Cool.
And that's always nice.
Yeah.
So they did announce that there's going to be a sequel. I'm excited for it. I think that it has potential to be better. I think they could fix a lot of the issues that were with the first movie, that being like they had too many characters at once, and then they also chose to focus on an original character as opposed to like anyone else. But yeah, no, I didn't hate it. I'm excited there's going to be a new a follow-up to the movies, that they get a second chance to make it better for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. So what else we got? What's on the bracket?
The only other one that's really notable, to me at least, is we have BioShock.
Right.
Which, they announced, didn't they announce like a Netflix series? They announced a Netflix
We know
series.
there's a Netflix series, but we also like have had heavy rumors. Well, we know actually no, they've said they're working on a new BioShock, so maybe they'll finally announce it this year. I feel like that just makes sense.
That or do like an HD collection, sort of what they did for Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because funnily enough, Mass Effect also turns 15, but they already put out that collection of all the games, so it's like they're not gonna do anything.
They're good.
You know what I mean?
They're good, basically.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I can't really think of anything that's like a franchise celebration, really.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm looking at like individual. Like, there's a list of like these individual ones. So, like for example, games celebrating their 20-year anniversaries. Sonic Advance, hitting its 20th anniversary. I wish we would get an Advance collection.
I wish those games would be on Origin.
I know. That would be awesome. That would be perfect. Like, then it could just be like, I don't know, just the best of the 2Ds.
Just the games, you know.
Yeah. We also have. I'm trying to look here.
Funnily enough, I mean, it was already Sonic's anniversary, but it's funny because Sonic 2 is turning like 30, like it turned like 30 or something this year, right?
Yeah.
And you have Sonic 2 movie coming out.
Exactly. Everything Sonic 2. Let me see. Mario and Sonic Olympics is the 10th anniversary this year, which is crazy.
Well, we're not even getting an entry because
we're not even getting
they don't do the Winter Games anymore, bro.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Poke Park 2 turns 10 years old this year. Hey man, if we got Pokemon Snap back, anything could happen, honestly. They could do anything. They could do a Poke Park, they could go out Coliseum.
Kid Icarus Uprising, 10 years.
Oh, I hate that so much. There's so much wrong with that.
It's sad. It's sad that we're probably not even gonna get it ported to anything, bro. That's what sucks the most.
All I pray for is that Sakurai is working on a new Kid Icarus. I don't know, because
I know here because like he's always the kind of guy who he's like, I don't want to just be doing sequels, blah 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 blah. But like, come on, you did one Kid Icarus, you can do another one. It's not a sequel, you know?
No, we deserve one more Kid Icarus. That world and characters and everything is so amazing to just like drop it after Uprising. Like, I need more of that. Like on console and HD and everything, it would be like the best thing ever, bro. Like, I would, if that was like one of the last games to ever come to the Switch, I would take it. Like, I'd take that in a heartbeat. Because I feel like we have one more Sakurai game in us for the Switch's life.
We definitely have one more Sakurai game in us. I firmly believe that as well. Also, I mean, hey, it's kind of funny. I mean, there's Uncharted as a series, Uncharted 15. We got that movie recently. I haven't seen it.
Oh my god!
I have no idea if it's good or not. But
I've heard some people like it.
Yeah. So it's just nice to see that we have a lot of these anniversaries are being celebrated.
Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one turns 10 years old, and we're getting Xenoblade 3. So that's like perfect.
Perfect timing there.
Perfect timing in there. Giant Ball Z Legacy of Goku turns 20 years old. And I wish those GBA Giant Ball games were reported, because the Legacy of Goku games were really dope. They were like these top-down pixel art, like RPG action style games.
Like, I don't think they've aged as well as like compared to modern standards, but this would have been like, it's the opportunity to re-release them, make them better. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And also the Budokai games are turning like 10.
Yeah. I
love those games. I mean, we have more fighters.
We're
not going to do anything because we have fighters to push, you know?
Yeah. But they ported Budokai to PS3. Like, they didn't HD collection. I just wish they would like port that to PS4 and make that a whole thing. Persona. I mean, we did a whole video about Persona a while ago, but like, what are they doing? Like, it's February.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's funny that they had Soul Hackers 2 out of nowhere, which is an SMT adjacent series. They just dropped that, and we have no idea what they're doing with Persona. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
We had Ultimax with no rollback. I don't know what's going on.
How are we getting these ancient games getting rolled back, but not Ultimax Arena with rollback? So weird.
No, and what's
really
crazy
weird.
is Ultimax is Arxis made the game. Like Arxis made the game. Why is it not there?
Yeah, I don't know. I really feel like they gave him a low budget. They're like, can you just put this on next gen consoles? Like, don't even try to optimize or do anything new or anything. But yeah, no, it's it really is unfortunate.
I'm sure the game is gonna sell well enough, and they said like we're gonna make sure we consider it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like it should have been there off the start, like off the bat.
Yeah.
And then again, past that, we don't know. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting every single announcement to be a game. I mean, you just can't. But they said we're gonna have an announcement in February. We don't know what that is. Like, I don't know, man.
We got 5 days left.
As weird as they possibly can about things, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah.
The bare minimum, and I think the thing that, like, basically everyone expects is, like, the very, very last announcement's going to be Persona 6. I think that's just a given. That's just going to happen, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And also, yeah, I mean, one of the last ones here, Wind Waker turns 20 years old, so I could see the Wind Waker HD on Wii U going for it, especially now that we know the Wii U and 3DS eShops are closing. I could see them ramp up on the final Wii U ports to be like, hey, like, let's try to like reduce backlash by at least making sure, because right now the 3 final Wii U games that people want are Chronicles, is it like Xenoblade Chronicles X, Twilight Princess HD, and Wind Waker HD. Those are like the 3 main missing ones. Nintendo Land doesn't make sense because that uses the gamepad a lot, so you're not getting that, but those are like the main 3 final missing ones. So I could definitely see those coming through. But yeah, no, I mean, either way, really good year. I mean, there's a lot, like I said, a lot of anniversaries, a lot of things to make you feel old. I mean, I think, what's it called, Mario Sunshine is 20 years old this year, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, but
can't believe
again,
it.
a lot of these smaller, like a lot of these like in the single entry games, like surprisingly, a lot of them have already had collections or ports at this point.
Yeah.
So we're just, I mean, if we're just, again, we're looking in like the grand scheme of like just big franchises. And yeah, so I mean, again, it's going to be exciting. We've already gotten some big exciting announcements already lined up for a lot of these. And the ones that we're in the dark on, like, we already know they have stuff planned at least, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So we'll see. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So everybody, let us know which anniversaries you're most excited for. What do you want to see the most? What are you looking back on? What are you looking forward to? Talk to us. Let me know down below. And of course, you can follow Ultima at Ultimate Shadow X on Twitter and on YouTube. You can follow me everywhere. You know how it is. And of course, we'll see you all next time. Peace out.
Peace.